Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest known podcast in the motherfucking multi-universe. Today is a special episode because it's the penultimate, the one away from our 1 year anniversary of the Heel Hook Show. So today we're going to recap UFC Fresno, see how everything fell out from that. We'll be talking about an array of different subjects. So be prepared to be offended. I'm just throwing that out there.
Just be offended now. Fuck it.
Yeah, just get in. Just get in. Just get it out there. Don't be scared. It's only going to hurt if you force back on it. You know, just don't push back. No. With that being said, I'm your boy Ash. And to the bottom corner of me, my boy Eddie Law from the United States. How you doing, sir?
What's up, bitches? Hey, what up, dude? Chilling. Fucking finally feeling better. I'm over the shit. Still feeling like, like the very ends of
AIDS.
Whatever the fuck I had. Yeah, AIDS. Whatever the fuck I had. But regardless, dude, I feel pretty good, man. How are you? You good? You better?
I'm a lot better. I've got like a lingering little bullshitty gay cough. So I'm just kind of just pushing through and just trying to not like kind of cry about it. I'm just trying to like get through the day and see what we can do. So, but before we were going, we went online. I was just telling Eddie about Fortnite for people who don't know what that is. It's a game on the PS4, and basically it's a third-person shooter. It's all online. It's a free game to download. If you want to get certain like clothing stuff, you can pay to get it and stuff like that, all that kind of bullshit. But the game is free, right? And basically what happens is you get in a plane and you jump out this plane and you land on a map with countless amount of like hundreds of other like players. And there'll be like 100 in your map. And basically it's stay alive and kill everybody who's on this map. So basically all you do is you go into like little houses, little villages, you try and veer off and stay away from people and, you know, get them before they get you, and you can get all grenades and guns and fucking all different kinds of guns and shit like that. And literally you have like essentially 100 HP points. So if you get got, you're pretty much going to die unless you get lucky and you manage to escape, or if you're in a good like distance away or anything like that. Okay. But for the most part, if you get got, you get got. And
so what kind of weapons do you use and shit?
Everything from pistols, machine guns, grenades.
Oh, okay.
So it's just literally like you're in an open map. But the good thing is you can't camp because there's like the map decreases in size as it goes by like a force field. So
that's kind of cool.
So it prevents people from just fucking hiding in a certain
I hate campers, spot. Man. I can't stand campers, especially the campers that all they do is throw grenades like from the same fucking spot. You're like, you fucking assholes.
So, like, I'm just saying to Eddie that I think that we should play that game online because it would just be a lot of fun just to fuck around with, and you can play it with your friends. So,
is it free? Is it free?
Yeah, it's free. It's free to download. I just downloaded it today. It's only like 17 gigabytes. So,
okay, maybe I should download it while I'm at training and then play it tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, like I say though, it's frustrating because like if you get fucking seen and you don't fucking take advantage, you can get fucking murked real quick. So I've been playing it a little bit, but it's a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it, it's called Fortnite for the PS4. If you're on Xbox, there's a game that's similar. I think it's called Unknown Playground or something like that. It's the game that everybody on Xbox has been going on about this past 2 days. So anyway, back to MMA. Because I haven't spoken to you properly to kind of recap this week's pay-per-view, well, last weekend's show that was on there. Is it FS1 or FS2, whatever you guys have?
It's FS1 here, yeah.
Yo, what did you think to Brian Ortega? We'll start with the main event, because
what a bad motherfucker, man. I think you know what I was more impressed about? Look, we've seen high-level jiu-jitsu fighters, players, whatever you want to call them. I mean, just jiu-jitsu alone, Gordon Ryan, Gary Tonin, Eddie Cummings, Eddie Bravo, all those guys, right? And the one thing I can say about every single one of those guys, I gotta fix my mic.
Is fourth wall, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fuck the fourth wall. We don't give a shit about the fourth wall. Anyway, but okay, the one thing I can say about all those guys, if you watch them all fight, they're very good at adjusting and adjustments. Little things, tiny things, like instead of putting your foot on the outside, put your foot on the inside, get the butterfly. Instead of having this grip, burrito grip. Instead of, you know what I mean? Certain little tiny things. Yeah, they call my professor called it burrito grip, but
That's racist,
whatever.
bro.
Look, he's Filipino, I'm Mexican, so it sort of works. Anyway, regardless, like what you saw from Brian Ortega when he got that guillotine. First of all, he was able to fucking survive quite a few shots, but like a few shots. But the way to get that guillotine, and then while he's on Cub, Cub stood up trying to shake him off, right? To be able to readjust that grip and get it just right, dude, that's a scary guy. He was so patient and calm doing it. I was just like, oh my God, I think Cub just ran into the wall, man. Like, damn.
And let's be honest as well, if you'd have had 20 seconds longer in that first round when he had that DAS,
yeah.
There was no way Cub was getting out of that DAS. Like,
I thought Cub went out. Like I thought for a second Cub might have gone out. Because remember the round ends, he gets up, he's like, oh shit. He's like breathing all heavy, like he just came back. Like, whoo, damn Cub.
This thing, man. Like this is the thing. He snaps the head down. If he can't get the guillotine, he has no problem with trapping that arm and going for a DAS. Yeah. Like he literally. I remember people turning around and like talking about how good he is and this, that, and the other afterwards. And, you know, like and I don't want to say a hype train because it's well deserved. He's worked on his craft and he's gone further and further in improving his skills, whether it be stand up, his movement, etc. But the thing is, though, is with every hype train, everybody's kind of going on like, is he, the best jiu-jitsu player and this, that, and the other? And I was talking to some people online, and while he might not be the purest jiu-jitsu player per se, he definitely, you could argue, has the best jiu-jitsu for MMA, if that makes sense.
It makes total sense, right? Now we're talking about MMA. It's its own martial art. It's its own martial art now. That's a thing. So you could say he's the best MMA jiu-jitsu player out there. I mean, as far as we know, I mean, you could say Maya, but even Maya, Maya makes adjustments, but he's so slick and good at technique. It's almost like he doesn't need it most of the time. But I think to be as young as Ortega's in his late 20s.
26, I think. He's just turned 26.
26? Yeah. Oh, by the way, keep in mind, making 145 is going to be a mofo pretty soon, all right? Holloway's already going to start having trouble with it next year, guarantee it. But, yeah, dude, to make the adjustments that he made during the fight was scary stuff. People are like, oh, who's next for the title shot? It should be, this guy or that guy. I'm not angry at it. I'm not mad if it's Ortega Holloway next.
Yeah, that's a beautiful fight.
I'm not mad at that because Holloway's so good at being different every fight. You're fighting a different guy every fight. It's so crazy. I would love to see a guy that makes adjustments like Holloway does against a guy like Ortega who knows that his game jiu-jitsu is, can you stop it? You know what I mean? It'd be fun to watch. I think it'd be a good fight.
As well, though, he gets the timing down for the shots as well. And what's the really, really ironic thing is even if he allowed, to the same manner of what Aldo did, where he was getting hit and then it went to the ground, like Holloway needs to just get straight back up. Don't try and think that you can just step over in half guard and all that kind of bullshit. No, you won't play that bullshit if you're going onto the ground. That's when you start getting into the waters. And you do not want to go onto the ground with Brian Ortega.
Cut played to Brian's strengths. Plain and simple.
We've got into the clinch, especially with him being the taller guy, he just snapped that neck down. And especially after the first round, you thought, right, he's going to just keep on working the distance. And then as soon as he got that clinch up against him again, you were just like, it's not going to end well, man. But I've been high on Ortega for a minute. I think this guy's got so much talent for a young kid. And, like I've said before, like, you don't even have to just watch the jiu-jitsu. Like, he has that finisher's IQ where he looks and, what was it? 3 free round finishes, like, in a row. It's like record and whatnot. And it's like, but these are by strikes for the most part. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's winning by, like, knockouts as well. And, people can say against, certain degree of talent, but at the end of the day, this kid's elevating every time he's fighting against somebody who doesn't give him an opportunity, and this guy just snaps a neck and takes it.
Yeah, dude. It's here's the thing, like like I say, he's taller. The snap down, all that was great. But my thing is this: is where was Cub Swanson's coaches saying, "Stay away from that dude, keep it at distance, work your striking." I think if you stay out of that clinch, man, I think Cub Swanson would have won that fight. But
I don't know, man, because the thing is those shots that he was throwing against Ortega, they weren't clean shots. There were shots that were glancing off of him, and you could argue that with that same thing said, maybe one of them had slipped through. But then, to the same degree, what if he gets too close and Ortega lands something heavy, like we've seen before against smaller fighters like Clay Guida?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Well, let me ask you this then: you think Ortega's next for a title shot?
I think you have to give it to Frankie because it was due. If I'm being selfish and I'm being just a fan of Ortega, give Ortega the shot. How do you not? He beat Cub, and you could have argued Cub deserved it a little bit more than what Frankie had. It's all kind of like subjective. And if I'm being completely honest, I think Frankie deserves the shot, and then Ortega should get the next. But unfortunately, the way that the UFC is built is, what have you done for me lately? And if Ortega doesn't take another fight and win it, he's not getting the title shot.
And who saw you do that thing lately?
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, if not a lot of people look, that fight, that was a sick finish. It was a sick fight, and if not a lot of people saw it, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? I think if everybody had that fight been on a pay-per-view, it would have been crazy. People would have been calling for Ortega to get the shot. But the fact that not a lot of people saw it, mind you, I think they did the best numbers for FS1 since last September or since September. I read like a thing on Twitter just real quick that that they did the best ratings or whatever since September for FS1.
People who are in the chat right now, who do you think should get the shot next? Should it be Frankie Edgar or Brian Ortega? Let us know so we can kind of gauge what you guys think. But the worst thing is about like the whole kind of like online community, like especially we're very like in with the all, like seeing it all on Twitter. But the thing is like the problem that always occurs is within a week's time, nobody will talk about Brian Ortega. Like nobody. In a week's time, the entire thing's gone within a week because there's so many shows every week. Like we've got one this weekend and then we've got one next weekend.
Yeah, yeah, dude. And this weekend we don't have one for Christmas weekend, do we?
No, we've got this one this weekend, and then the following weekend, is the UFC 219.
That's the 30th.
Yes, that's the 30th.
Okay. All right. You just fucking put a bright light on something I just didn't realize. I'm gonna have to find a bar because I'm going out of town for New Year's to a small town. I'm gonna have to find a bar that has that shit, or pray to God the place the little cabin I rented has Wi-Fi. Fuck.
Yep. Right. Otherwise, you're gonna miss the potential, giant killer in Holly Holmes not hitting that big ass leg kick. By the way, I did find it absolutely hilarious that Cyborg said, "I may have to go for my first submission victory." I was just like, look, yo, you really don't rate your own stand-up that much that you're having to talk about, using your jiu-jitsu. Now, I get it. You probably should do it. But Cyborg, miss, you should be saying, I'm going to come through and smash this chick around and show her why I'm the most dominant, baddest bitch on the planet. Bitch,
yeah, I mean, yeah. No, you know what it is though? I think she just has respect for Holly Holm. She knows she's into Ronda. She ain't trying to get Ronda'd.
Yeah, but you're talking about a chick who's like a shooter box chick. Like we were talking about like this girl is the scariest striker in fucking MMA, and she's like, I might just pull out a double leg.
Okay, well listen. Okay, well then, all right. For the scariest striker, most powerful striker in women's MMA, would you say Holly Holm could be the most technical?
Yeah, well, her and maybe Shevchenko. Shevchenko's definitely
okay. Shevchenko, no argument there. But okay, let's say, but to fight a Cyborg,
yeah,
she's got to be the most technical chick that I can think that she's ever fought as far as striking goes. So I think for sure Cyborg might be smart and be a little cautious. Just be like, okay, yeah, or play the mind games. I'm gonna shoot for that double. You better be working your sprawl chick because I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? It's like we're not, you might, if you stop me even for a second on that stand, I'm shooting for a double leg. You're so screwed. Or if she shoots for that double leg, she might get aljoed. I mean,
could you imagine?
Bruh.
Powerful Sterling dab on the way down, by the way.
Oh, that was some cool shit. I saw the
That
meme.
was,
I was like, oh
you know, I
no.
love Aljo to pieces.
Me
Like,
too.
I wish that it'd click for him. But I swear to you on my life, when he went down, I just literally saw in my head 1 million memes just flooding onto
Oh
the
yeah.
Twitter feed of dabbing. And I was like, oh no, god damn it. But
Yeah, dude. Like
I was beast, man.
you ever seen those memes with Anthony Burchak and oh fuck, I see his face. UFC legend. I can't believe I can't remember his name. 205er Rashad Evans. You know when they got when both of them got kind of stinky legged because they were like falling backwards, and the meme was that ass had me like, and then like it was that picture of them falling backwards. It was
God
so funny.
damn.
That
I'm
was some
telling you,
cool
man.
stuff.
It's so fucked up. But if I'm Cyborg, I go straight into the clinch. That's where I work.
Just shoot on her. Shoot on her or
Nah,
go
because
clinch.
if you
Clinch
come
and
through,
work.
she hits you with some fucking kung foolery, and she hits you with some
Uh,
fucking like dirty
yeah.
little uppercut. That's a. I'm not even being trying to be disrespectful here, but Cyborg has a big chin on her. Like she has a big chin. If she,
Holly's gonna land on her.
I'm saying, like if you shoot like that and you don't time
Yeah.
that, because let's be honest, what's the one thing that you teach Holly Holmes from day one if you're in her fucking training camp? Sprawl.
Bro, like a mom.
Sprawl. Or just at least the counter for the timing for something to come in on. I'm just saying that I'd get in that clinch, start throwing them dirty knees, them dirty elbows, roughing her off. That's what I'd personally go for because let's be honest, she hasn't been taken to that kind of fight before against somebody who can hit as hard as Cyborg can.
Yeah, well, true, but Cyborg also has. I don't think he's fought anyone that could hit as hard and as technical as Holly Holm can. Holly Holm's not a smaller girl.
On the back foot though, that's the bread and
Oh,
butter.
sure,
It's on
sure,
the back
sure.
foot. When you start getting in the pocket and you get into those tight
It's a little
circles,
different. Yeah.
we
So
saw her get hit by fucking Jermaine Durandamine.
yeah,
Use me, sir. If you can get tagged by her, I fancy my chances if I'm Cyborg. I'm not gonna lie. But can we please, Cyborg, stop posting videos of fucking Gabby Garcia twerking and dancing and
oh,
singing?
dude,
I saw a
dude,
video the other day
dude,
and I'm still having nightmares.
dude. What is that about, man? Like, I get it, y'all dancing and partying and having fun and stuff.
She
Like, I
scares me.
had to. Yeah, it's just no, dude. Just no. Honestly, I'm not gonna bullshit. I stopped following Cyborg on Twitter.
I don't know what it was. I think it was one of those, on Instagram where people repost what people put. I saw like she'd like put it up on Instagram and somebody had reposted it. I think it was like Jiu-Jitsu Times or some bullshit. Like
Yeah,
I was like, yo, I'm not the fucking one to be seeing that bullshit.
dude. And shout out to Raider Jeff who's on the chat. She's brought up a good question. She goes, "If Cyborg wins, who would she fight next? None of the 135ers want it."
Nobody. She doesn't
Exactly.
fight ever again because there's nobody to fight her. This is
Nobody wants to fight her.
the Hail Mary fight because there's no other fight to make. Like the only other person, and there's one other person, and that girl fucking ran like the fucking wind when that fight started getting talked about, and that were Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes were all about doing that 145 title when it were fucking Jermaine Durandamine. As soon as Cyborg come and got that belt, I think I'm just gonna stay down at
Yeah.
135.
She's like, yeah, I kind of know better. I'm not fucking around. Like, I mean, like she wasn't playing. And that being said, Amanda Nunes against Cyborg would be, I think it'd be a legit fight.
She gets cracked. Amanda Nunes gets cracked.
I think she survives at least 3 rounds. I
think
really do.
I think she gets chinned in the first because she's too fucking headstrong and she goes forward. And going forward on a chick like
Yeah.
Cyborg is just asking to get that ass handed.
That's a good point. Amanda Nunes probably hasn't felt any power like Cyborg drops on somebody. So
That's the thing, though. Like, credit to Cyborg for doing this, but I know that she trains with a lot of bigger opponents, a lot of male opponents, so she can get hit and she knows that she can handle it. Whereas, like a lot of these girls that, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but they're fighting with chicks either their own size or a little bit smaller or a tiny bit heavier, and it's like it's just not the same. It's just not like that's why a lot of female fighters are starting to train with like a lot of the males and stuff. So.
out of necessity too. Like they have to fucking, they have to train with the guys, but because there's not a lot of females out there training. What's weird is what?
What?
Raider just put a comment on this saying Anderson is stuck in Australia or some shit.
He's been popped for dick pills. I'm calling it now. He's been trying to.
Anderson?
Anderson Silva. Are we talking about Silva here?
I think so.
Anderson Silva will have tried to bring home some koala dick pills. Calling it. Just saying. Or either that or he's trying to bring a boomerang back to finish off Colby Covington.
Oh, Megan Anderson. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, yeah, but she lives
All
in
right.
Australia.
Megan lives in Australia, but she's stuck. She's kind of like, she hasn't been able to leave. She hasn't. Did she have like that visa problem?
I'm confused. Hold up. So, Oh, right. So but she lives in Australia. So how is she stuck in Australia? I don't understand.
Because she can't get a visa to come fight here.
Yeah, but right. I get what Raider's saying. That's the only other chick that could fight at 145 to fight against Cyborg. Right. I'm with you now. I was thinking, like, what the fuck are we talking about? I thought Anderson Silva had just nipped over for some koala dick pills. I was like,
no.
Cool.
I was just like, what the hell is Anderson Silva doing in Australia? But no, okay, sorry about that, Raider. No, but
Megan Anderson's a good shout as well. That's a good shout.
That's the fight I want to see.
But
Trump
and make it happen.
But mind you, I think Megan Anderson might be a little bit overrated, just a tiny bit.
I don't know because from what we've seen, she's been very good. But the thing is it's a case of when you see it, that step up in talent, is she going to be that good? Like, that's the thing. We don't know.
Sure.
It's like, I'm not going to lie. I thought that Aljo was going to. In fairness, he got caught with like not a lucky knee. It was a switch kick to the body, and he went in for the takedown, and the knee connected. But the thing is, though, you don't know how good somebody is until they fight that next level of opponent. And I don't know. Megan could quite easily be that giant killer. You never know.
Yo, real quick, sorry. Are you on your? Can you go to UFC.com on your laptop?
I can go to it on my phone. Why? What's
okay? Because it might be different on your phone. I just went to UFC.com and I went to the events. Right. The event for this weekend has the poster, right? Robbie Lawler gets RDA.
All right.
Behind, I think RDA. I have to pull it back up. It's just not wanting to work now. But behind,
mine just has them too.
Okay. Because I'm looking at stupid. Okay, this is dumb. The stupid Safari is just a garbage fucking browser, by the way. And then UFC.com is the shit website. But anyway, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
All right, my screen's fucked. All right. Anyway, if you guys are watching, go to UFC.com and go to the events. And I swear I saw Ricardo Lamas behind RDA, and behind Robbie Lawler is Jose Aldo, not Emmett.
No,
it's supposed to be Josh Emmett or Josh Emmett, so whatever.
That can't be really.
Seriously, if you go on your laptop, like,
I'm trying to go onto the UFC.com website right now and see what's occurring.
By the way, if I just cut out of nowhere just for no reason, it's this browser, all right? And then I'll just come back on in a second.
No, the one that I've got is just a Sean O'Malley one. All right, let me see if I can pull this up real quick whilst I'm doing that. But yeah, like I say, though, Megan Anderson could like potentially be one of those chicks that comes and like steps up. You just never know.
And again, she just has to get here, right? Last time they were like, oh, she has personal issues and she can't make it to the fight. There we go. Yeah, dude. Okay, all right. I'm pulling it up. I'm gonna pop it on the share, on screen share. All right, and it's UFC such a garbage. You can't handle them. Look, guys, I'm available. All right, you want someone that has their head out of their ass to handle your website stuff, your social media and everything? I'm your guy. Hit me up. You know why? I have a full-time job. I do multiple shows a day sometimes. I'm doing this one right now. I'm doing Keyboard Warriors later. I'm going to go train. I'm going to go work out today. I'm still going to go to work tonight. And guess what? I wouldn't fuck this up the way you guys are. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Right, pull up.
Yeah, let's see. Those are such dog shit. Okay, screen share.
Ed is so angry at the world.
I'm just angry at the stupid browser right now. It's seriously so much dog shit.
Oh my god. It is actually Jose Aldo.
Yeah. I didn't realize that till right now. I was looking at it.
Wow. That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, Josh Allen's got to be like a little bit like, hey, bruh. Or plot twist, Emmett's out and Aldo steps up. Michael Bisping
After
stopped.
getting his fucking face smashed off. Nah, I don't think so, mate.
Oh, Jose Aldo could take Ricardo.
Bruh.
Yeah, I know.
Bruh, what you been smoking over there, brother? Christ. I would dread to imagine what would happen if he actually fought against Ricardo Lamas in his current fucking form. Bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of, though, our boy Jason.
Jason Knight.
What? Like, I actually saw his statement about the biting thing, and I kind of got where he's coming from, but then I was kind of like, surely you just tell the ref instead of biting on his fucking fingers. He openly admitted that he bit the guy's fingers, but the reason why he said that he did it is because the guy pushed his fingers into his mouth and tried to like push his fingers into his mouth, like he was pushing through his mouth. So
yeah, no, I missed pretty much the entire card except for that the Aljo fight in the main event. But I did hear about this. Can you explain what the fuck he's talking about? Because they said he took my hands and put it in his own mouth, and then
no. Right. So basically, Jason shot him, and no, sorry, pardon me. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. So he went to shoot to Jason, and as he's got like his hands underneath, Gabriel pushes his hand. This is what's being said. You can't see it from any angle, so this is just it's both sides of the tail here. So Jason's claiming that when he's working his grip underneath his Gabriel, he's actually pushing his fingers into his mouth. So Jason bit his fingers. So Gabriel pulls his hands away and starts going, ow, 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 and then shaking his fingers and like waving him at the ref, he bit, like saying he bit him and this, that, and the other. And Jason doesn't even deny it. Like, Jason doesn't, like, this thing, is the craziest shit in the world because you think to yourself, well, that's a DQ. Let's just, I'm trying to be fair to it. Like, I love Jason Knight. He's one of my favorite fighters. You know, he's always welcome on the show. He's been on multiple times. He's a great fucking dude. But if you bite somebody's finger in the middle of a fight, that's just a fucking DQ. Throw your ass out. We can't play that bullshit. Because what if you couldn't punch with that hand for the rest of the fight?
Oh, you'd be fucked. You'd lose.
And you can't retrospectively stop the fight either, because once the doctor says, right, okay, you're fine to go, and he goes, yeah, you can't stop the fight any later then because of these fucking fingers.
So what was the result in that fight then?
Well, Jason got beat by unanimous decision. Jason seemed to blow his load in the first fucking round, and he just didn't look right, and he just seemed to be getting picked off, and he just seemed to be just half a step slow. He just looked really, really, really like fatigued from the first 3 minutes in the first round.
You think the weight cut got him? He didn't look great.
Didn't look great, but he's not a big 145er.
He's not, but he's also growing. He's only like 20-something years old, like 20.
24, I think he is. 25.
Yeah. No, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, all right? All these guys are 24, 25. They're in their primes. They're going to be champ forever in this division. Holloway's not going to be able to fight 145 next year. By the end of next year, he's going to have a hell of a time making 145. Jason Knight will get to that point, I think, where he fills out. Unless he's like, huh?
I was just going to say, not Jason Knight, pardon me. Max Holloway versus Tony Ferguson in a year's time sounds fucking beautiful to me, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Make it happen, UFC. Make it happen.
That's a fight and a half.
After Conor vacates the belt because he's done fighting, and Tony's a legit champion, champ versus champ. You want money? Free money.
You know what, right? Considering like a couple of days ago, it was the anniversary of Conor winning his first ever title in the UFC.
I either don't. 2 years, dude. How did that work out?
But yeah, his first official title, not including the interim title, defeating Jose Aldo for the featherweight was 2 years ago, like 2 days ago to the day. And you know what, right? For all the grief and all this, that, and the other, man, fuck, it's just, when you watch that clip and you just see the movement, and when he lands that fucking crack right on the fucking tip of Jose Aldo's chin, and he just goes,
You know, it was
It's
funny
one of
because
the coolest moments ever in MMA. I don't care about anybody's opinion of all the outside stuff, anything that happened before and after that fight. That fucking finish is absolutely one of the most iconic moments in MMA.
Yeah, when oh, Manny, shout out to Manny Magrona. I haven't talked to him in a long time. What up, Manny? He put in the comments, nope, imagine Knight in on a double leg, just stopping, giving up position to turn to the ref and saying he's fish hooking me. The ref couldn't see shit and wouldn't do shit. If you're trying to finish a takedown, you're going to bite down. You're going to get bit if your fingers are in his mouth.
Facts.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, he's totally right.
With him. By the way, can we just address dating for adults go to, and then adult dating go to, fuck you, spam robots coming.
You gotta love bots. Gotta love the bots. You
Try
gotta love
to solicit people.
I've gotten a couple of those on my during one of our shows, and I just laugh. This is
Y'all
funny.
some naughty girls, man, popping up on an MMA podcast.
Hey, don't click on their stuff. All right, it's just malware and bullshit. Anyway,
you're gonna get more than a virus, bro.
Yeah, you get STDs and all that shit. No, but as far as the other night, Saturday night or Sunday night, I couldn't sleep. Sunday night I couldn't sleep, which is the problem because I work on Monday morning. But I couldn't sleep for shit, so I put up my phone and I put up Fight Pass, and I watched the co-main and main event for UFC 196, and then for some reason I ended up watching the main event for 194 because it's 13 seconds. I was getting tired, but I just watched Nate win and the full fight of Holm and Tate. So I'm like, I got a few seconds I can spare. I'm going to sleep in a little bit. And I watched it. And the commentary from Joe Rogan is so crazy. Where he says, Conor looks, calm and smooth or whatever. And, like he's like ready to go. And Jose Aldo looks like he's feeling the pressure of the moment. Yeah. You look at Jose's face, you're like, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, he is. And he went in there and just blitzed Conor. He blitzed a fucking really good counter striker and got caught.
It's one of those plays that the one thing that I just love about that entire thing is that I love all the intro, I love all the music, I like all the moment of the event, and it felt like every pay-per-view and every show when the main event comes through.
It felt like a huge moment, and it was, right? Like you knew watching that fight before it went down, undefeated for 10 years against a guy that at least in Europe right now and depending on what he does next in his career, if not already, is an icon of combat sports. Now, we didn't know it then. We knew he was good. We knew he was crazy and he was fun, but we didn't know he was going to get to where he is now. Like after 194, taking out, taking the Nate fights and everything, and then, fucking going Super Saiyan and taking out freaking Eddie Alvarez the way he did in New York and then fighting Mayweather. We didn't know all that was going to happen. But with that 194 fight, man, you just felt like it was the beginning of something. You didn't know what, but it was the beginning of something. And you just felt it, right? Like you felt it right before the fight, and you were just super quiet during the fight. You freaked out 13 seconds later, and then you were like, holy crap, what is next with this guy? Remember he walked out of the press conference? I want to say it was this one or before or after 189 when he fought Chad Mendez. He came out with that red suit and that cup of whiskey or bourbon or whatever he was drinking. And it was just like, yo, like, this guy knows what he just did. Like he recognized what he just did, and he's about to make it big. So, but yeah, I didn't know it was 2 years. I thought it was last year. Fuck, time goes by fast, dude.
It does when people don't defend the belts. But anyway, we won't go. I'll throw the fucking heat out there before you do.
That was all you. That was all you, sir.
I had to go there for you, mate.
You know what's funny? My go-to is you won by points. Cool. You scored more points. You didn't finish anybody the way you got finished.
And then just think about all the pay-per-view points he made in his next fight whilst fucking Nate's doing fuck all. Anyway.
Hey, whatever. Hey, if I can give me 15, give me 15 million. Give me 15 million. I'll disappear for a little bit too.
Dude, if you turn and said to me, I can make another 100 million though, I'll take the 100 million and run.
Oh, for sure. But Conor's got expensive taste. Nate's cool chilling, kicking back.
But something I wanted to kind of discuss, because me and you have been going back and forth on the DMs about this whole situation, because me and you are like skeptics whenever we see something like that happens in the world. So it doesn't have to necessarily be MMA. Like whenever we see something trending or anything like that comes through, a lot of times me and you will just go back and forth in the DMs and we'll talk about certain subjects. But let's talk about this Keaton Jones kid, because Joe Schilling came through with the expose.
Yeah. So it's the fun part for me. Okay, so
bro.
the video comes out. Now I saw this video. I forgot who was on something. Someone Jackson took the video from Facebook and put it on Twitter, and he got like thousands and thousands of retweets, maybe millions of retweets, and like likes and shit, right? And comments. So the video is this little kid talking about bullying and why does anyone even do it? What's the point? You know, and describing how he got ham put down his shirt, or his pants or something, and got milk spilled on him and all that. And you feel bad for the kid, right? Everyone feel bad. I mean, everyone just reached out to this kid and was like, we'll be your friend. We'll come have lunch with you. Dana White immediately goes, we want to fly you out to UFC headquarters. Everybody, Joe Schilling included, was just like, support. Meanwhile, in a little town in the UK and in Phoenix, Arizona, on the Twitter DMs was like, bro, what if, like, this is nice and all, but what if this is bullshit? What if go ahead. Yeah.
What if this little white gentleman is actually fucking racist?
And maybe he was the bully to begin with.
Exactly.
And we just look, and we kept it to the DMs because we don't know anything. So we can't for sure be like, oh, this kid's racist, F him and all stuff. Because he might, we didn't know anything. Because we're not, like every athlete and entertainer and organization gonna just mob mentality our way to some support without knowing some more background of why this happened. Like everyone else did. We just sat back like, okay, it's kind of weird, but all right, hope for the best. Days later, Joe Schilling gets a DM and ends up apparently talking to the mother for Keaton Jones. I forgot her name, but it's not important.
In the words of The Rock, it doesn't matter what her name is.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, and he says he had a conversation with her, and she basically asked him to put out her PayPal or whatever, GoFundMe. And he was like, well, why do you want money? And she's like, we know Christmas is coming up and all sorts of shit. And then she said something to the effects, if you guys see the DM, it's on his Instagram, go look. Or, it's definitely on Twitter. And it basically, she said, us whites need to stick together.
Against the predator.
Against the predator. And it's just like, what? When I saw that, I hadn't even seen the caption or what Joe Schilling responded. I was like, what? And I immediately DM'd you like, bro, we were right. Like, we were so right. Dude, we called that shit. That you and I gotta give a credit to my boy Big Tony Fagnano from MMA Today News and all that, and from Kate Side Press. He went detailed into it though. He said, oh, this is this, and then that kid probably said the N-word to somebody. It was, probably mostly joking around, but when he got it like spot on, you're like, what?
Well,
and like
the weird thing is as well though, she was on about like, I want to make it a great Christmas for him. Already there is people inviting him to the Avengers premiere next year in Los
Captain
Angeles.
America, who the fuck that guy is. Captain America was like, I want to bring you out here for the premiere
in Los Angeles and shit. Additional to that, the GoFundMe that was the GoFundMe, apparently some people say was made from another person and this, that, and the other, was already at that time at $40,000. Why the fuck would you need any more money to make your kids' Christmas fucking awesome when you've got 40,000 and every celebrity in the fucking world is going, come to this premiere, come to this fight night, come to this event?
You wanna know why? Because this lady wasn't stupid. This lady saw a gold mine when her crying kid came in saying he got bullied. She was like, repeat everything you just said to me. Hold up. Repeat everything you just said to me real quick. Okay, and give me some tears. Go.
And she's just nipping him under the leg as this is all going on. But one thing you've got to take into account, what's also really interesting, is the fact that the dad, who was is also known to be a member of some form of white supremacist group, and he's also in prison. I'm just saying, guys, your family may not define you, but your environment a lot of times and how you carry yourself is often manipulated by your surroundings. And this kid, I'm going to throw this out as a little kind of be fair to this fucking kid, because I was talking to Lils, who does our editing, about this.
Mhm.
Now, check this. Do I feel bad for the kid who's been getting bullied for potentially, could have been his looks, because he ain't exactly a looker. So if that's the case, I feel bad for the kid. The other thing is, though, is if it turns out that he's been saying, racist-esque kind of things, pro-Trump-esque kind of things, and other kids are like, well, you're a fucking idiot, then you can't purely lay the blame on just him. Because if your parents tell you, the sky's blue, the grass is green, and the sky's blue and the grass is green, but if your parents turn around and say to you, don't do this because, and your cousins are saying the same, and your uncles are saying the same, your aunties are saying the same, your mum and your dad are all saying the same, your brothers and sisters, everybody's saying the same thing.
You don't know any better.
You're going to believe your family because your family is turning around and feeding you information. I've said this numerous times, and there's many cases of this. How many white racists do you hear about that come through? How many white Christians are homophobic? But it's all about how it's being raised. Like I was talking about, like you look at like ISIS and Asian people being influenced to believe that white people are the devil. Do you know what I mean? And there's all kinds of different black people and gang culture, Latinos with gang culture as well. Do you know what I mean? There's all this different thing of people who are manipulated at young ages to believe to do something that is just completely wrong. Dude, you're raised in that manner.
When you and I were that age, we only knew what our parents told us. We didn't know any better. I mean, we didn't know, we didn't have the context of what the world is like, or what what people are really like, or what is right and wrong completely yet. And you just saw Minion's comment. I'm gonna read that shit in a second. But yeah, like you just know what your parents tell you. But Minion on the YouTube comment says, "Us whites need to stick together against the predator. How scared is Francis Ngannou got you Americans?" He goes, but seriously, this kid's a pawn and all this bullshit. 100%. He doesn't know any better, man. As far as he knows, he did right. As far as he knows, maybe in his mind, he should be calling black kids the N-word in his mind, right? That's all he knows, right? He doesn't know that's completely wrong. So, I feel bad for the kid because he is a pawn in this whole thing. I think he shouldn't be bullied anyway, but if he did what people are saying he did, which is call other kids the N-word, he should definitely be paying consequences. All that being said, this whole thing's a mess, and it's like everyone's got like pie on their face, as the saying goes, because everybody went mob one way, and now everyone's mobbing the other way, and both sides look like idiots. I'm like, sit down, settle down, think about some shit for a second, and figure out that this has nothing to do with us. This shouldn't be a public thing. The kid got bullied. Let the mom go to the school and figure out what the hell's going on.
It's just one of those crazy things that, in a way, it's made it worse now, because like the imagery of the kids and the Confederate flags outside.
That's pretty bad.
Hold on. Because in fairness, there is people who it's more of a kind of a pride thing than a racist kind of thing.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? I had a conversation in our first interview with Jason Knight, who explained why it means and what it means to him. So, some people it doesn't mean stuff. But the one thing that sent the fucking spidey sense tingling and my bullshit alarm went was as soon as the chick was on, is it CBS that you guys have in the States?
Yeah, we have CBS here, yeah.
Yeah, that's the show that I saw her on. And she said that she did it out of irony and she thought it was funny. And she did it for humor purposes, not because it has any racial or any representation.
Yeah. Says a chick that let a white supremacist bust loads in her and put kids out in the world. Sure.
I'm just saying this. The first thing a racist does when they get caught and put into a corner is turn around and say, I was just joking, man.
Yeah, it happens every time. So
look,
it's I don't know. That whole thing is fucked up. So
On the flip side, though, Michael, if you follow us on Twitter at the Heel Hook Show, and if you hit us in the DM, we'll sort out some kind of thing where we can play Fortnite, me, you, and Eddie together, and we'll work out some kind of thing if we can get like a team together or something just to go around.
Yeah, be legit. I'll learn how to get my ass kicked in the first like 2 hours of playing
Yo,
that shit.
dude, that's all that happened to me. I just got killed every time I was playing it. But it's fun. It's scary as shit because you're going into houses and shutting doors behind yourself and just hoping people don't come in and kill you.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I decided this right now. Are we gonna do end of the year stuff? Like fight of the year or some shit?
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that in like
Like a week or two, right?
Well, I was gonna say we may have to do it like the day, like, ooh. We'll do it on we'll do it in the first like couple of days of January because then we can give like the UFC 213 card a bit of a run.
Yeah, 219. I'm gonna have to watch. If I have to watch it late, fine, I'll watch it late. But I'm definitely gonna watch it. But I'm gonna have to find a bar or something up there. I'm going to like the mountains where the snow's gonna be. Just chill, just me and my lady in the cabin, just hanging out.
Oh shit! Hashtag rolling with Eddie in the snow.
Hashtag. Let's not make any more babies of us. I don't need another. I don't need one. I don't have any. I want to keep myself undefeated in that.
Yo,
I haven't got one yet.
With the Trojans.
Hey, whatever, man. She did. She booked it. She goes, it's got a hot tub. Oh no. Yo, so and it was funny. I was like, we gotta take the dog with us, so we can't leave her here by herself.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, I did it just because I knew she was gonna take it as like a cock block. Like, oh no, wait, no, the dog's right there. Yeah, like I give a fuck. No, but
don't look the dog in the eye though, mate. Don't.
No, just don't make eye contact. You're fine. Like that's what I did in college though, because obviously in college in dorms you have a roommate. So I would bring a chick over and I'd be like, I literally tell him like, look, man, if you're gonna be here, that's fine, but don't make eye contact. It's fucking weird. While I'm plowing this chick from behind the bed, like 5 feet away, kind of shit is that? I look at my college years and I'm like, wow, it's kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's some messed up shit, bro.
Yeah.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end this one. We're gonna have an episode on Saturday. A special one with some special guests and everything. We're going to kind of celebrate the 1 year anniversary to the day. There's going to be a few changes that you're going to see on Saturday. We've got a whole kinds of craziness that I've been planning, and I've got some cool little bits and pieces. So I'm really, really looking forward to showing you guys what we've got behind the scenes going on and everything like that. There's going to be some cool new stuff that we're going to be doing on this channel. So again, thanks to our sponsors, Bain, Jiu-Jitsu Athletic Apparel, BAIN store.com. Make sure if you're getting any form of athletic training down, whether it be your spats, rash guards, hoodies, even if you just need a tee or a tank top, just head over to bainstore.com. It's got some beautiful artwork and designs on there. They're always dropping new content. So make sure you go to bainstore.com, BAIN store.com. Use the code with the heel hook, all one word, for 10% off your entire cart. Last but not least, the OGs of the fucking sponsors, Receptra. Receptra is a CBD company. Basically, they do oils, they do balms, they do body butters. I couldn't recommend it higher enough. It helps with so many fucking things. I always recommend researching CBD to see how it could help you, but I couldn't recommend it higher enough. It helps with inflammation. It helps with your diet. It helps with the irony, mental focus. Additional to that, though, as well, there's been not rumors, but the studies that shows that it does have some helpings with cancer cells and breaking them down. Again, do your research, see how it can help you, but I can't recommend it higher enough. I have friends and family that take it, and their improvement of life has been exponential. So make sure you go to Receptra. That's RECEPTRA naturals.com if you were in the United States. There's loads of people who use it as well. Everybody from Baz Rutten to Megan Anderson, who we mentioned previously in the show. There's a lot of UFC fighters and up-and-coming MMA fighters that use it also. And if you're in Europe, you want to go to receptraglobal.com and use the code word, the heel hook, on either of those two sites, whether you're in the States or in Europe, and you will receive 10% off your entire order. Trust me, you'll appreciate that. Use the code with the heel hook for that 10% off, guys. Where can they find you, Eddie? At?
All right, find me on Twitter at Eli31. The page is at Keyboard Warriors MMA. Sorry, at Keyboard MMA. Instagram, though, is at Keyboard Warriors MMA. Make sure you hit that up. Make sure you hit up Keyboard Warriors MMA on iTunes. Subscribe to the show at keyboardwarriorsmma.com. Subscribe to this show, by the way. There's a fucking red button right under here. Click that shit. And then tonight, Keyboard Warriors goes down live, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're talking most of the stuff we talked about here. We're definitely talking about GSP vacating. We're talking about using Fresno in detail.
GSP,
we're talking about, man. And we're talking about UFC this weekend in Winnipeg and the big fights between Robbie Lawler and RDA and Josh Emmett against Ricardo Lamas. UFC.com, get your shit together, motherfuckers. I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, the motherfuckers. Also, shout out to Joey, to Raider, to Minion, and to Michael as well.
Minion, my boy. I've talked to Minion forever, man. Thanks for fucking dropping by, dude. Shit.
But yeah, everybody who's tuned in, we always appreciate you guys. Make sure that you leave that like. Tell a friend, man. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, guys. Let's get this thing to 100. We can get that custom URL, and then we can make this shit not XY24/5 free DS and Nintendo 64. I don't know, whatever it is. But yeah, make sure that you subscribe as well to our iTunes and to our SoundCloud. If you're on Android, either or, you can get all the episodes on there and see our past interviews as well with the likes of Jason Knight, as we said, Dan Hardy. There's an array of different people that we've had interviews with, and there's more to come. But make sure you subscribe to those guys. You can find me on Twitter, Ashler Lamprey, that's ASHLEYLAMPREY. You can also find at the Heel Hook Show, that's also on Twitter, and you can find me on Snapchat at JustAshOfficial. But yeah, guys, make sure that you fucking scribble or make a note or just turn notifications on for this channel or notifications for the Twitter handle at the Heel Hook Show, because on Saturday, like I say, around about 8:30ish, that's UK time onwards, we'll be doing a special episode with some special guests, which will be pretty fucking dope, and we'll be breaking down and giving our predictions for the UFC that will be going on that evening. So it's kind of a pre-show, but it's our 1 year anniversary of the Heel Hook Show. So again, we'll see you guys on Saturday. From me and Eddie, peace up, A-Town down. We're out of this bitch.
Peace.